Simon Peter is probably the most relatable apostle of the 12, but Thomas is a close second, because if we're being honest with ourselves, every single one of us, at some point in our life, at some point in our relationship with Jesus, we have said exactly what Thomas says in today's gospel, right? But unless this happens, then I will not believe. Right? And we can fill in the blank there. Right? We come to Mass, we celebrate the sacraments, we go to confession, we pray our rosary, we spend time in front of the Blessed Sacrament, we check all of the boxes. But my friend still has cancer, and he hasn't been healed. Or my son and my daughter still isn't coming to Mass, and that really hurts. And I won't give Jesus my full heart, the entirety of who I am, but unless that happens, then I'll be made whole, then I'll be perfect. That's kind of the lie that the enemy tries to tell us, right? You have to be perfect. Your life has to be a certain way in order for the Lord to see you, in order for the Lord to love you. Right? That's the root of what Thomas is dealing with. I have to be a certain way. I have to have all my ducks in a row in order for Jesus to actually see me. And yes, that is certainly a lie that the enemy loves to tell, that the enemy plays with in our hearts. But what do we see in today's gospel? We see that Jesus is concerned first and foremost with the personal relationship he has with us. What he desires more than anything is to get to know us on a one-on-one, individual level. Right? It's the individual heart that Jesus is concerned with. And my favorite part of this gospel, the way in which we see this most clearly when it comes to Thomas, is the fact that Jesus comes back a second time. So he shows up to his disciples. They're locked in the upper room because they're afraid the Jews are going to kill them just like they killed Jesus, which is a very valid fear. Right? And Jesus appears. Thomas is not there. And they're rejoicing. They're going crazy. They're like, oh my gosh, it's true. Right? What Mary said, what Peter said, what John said, what the two apostles said on the road to Emmaus, it's true. Jesus is risen from the dead. Impossible, but he's here. But then Thomas is not there. And so 1 week goes by. Thomas is now present, and he says that same thing each and every one of us has said, right? That condition. Unless I see him physically in the flesh, and I see where the nails were driven through his fingers, his hands, I will not believe. Then Jesus comes back, which is crazy because everyone else in the room has seen him already, which means Jesus comes back for one person. He comes back for one reason. It's to see Thomas. Right? We can tell this lie to ourselves each and every day, maybe, that the Lord doesn't have time for me. Why would he waste his time getting to know me one-on-one? But he always comes back a second time, just like he does for Thomas. He comes back, he rises from the dead, restores humanity to perfect union with the Father for you. Yes, God is the creator of the heavens and the earth, right? He is all-knowing, but he knows you. And because of that, he knows exactly what he needs to do in order to draw you closer and closer to himself, to come back a second time and to draw you in. That's what the Lord is so good with. Then look at what he does with Thomas. He shows up, He looks at him face to face, and Thomas has that beautiful declaration, right? My Lord and my God, which used to be a part of the Eucharistic prayer. But part of me thinks that Thomas, right, is thinking to himself, I can't believe Jesus took the time to come back just to see me, right? Just to heal me. And that's exactly what he does for each and every one of us. He walks in the room and he says, look at my wounds. Look at what I have done for you. I know the condition that's holding you back from me, right? Whatever it is, I see that your friend has cancer. I see that your children aren't coming to Mass. I see that you want to draw closer and closer to me in the Blessed Sacrament. I see all of that. The fears, the stresses, the anxiety, whatever it is. These wounds, I have taken them upon myself. And because of that, I have the power and the strength to redeem them. And I will continue to come back for you personally and individually to capture your heart. He does that for Thomas. He does the same thing for us.